Last night, I was hanging out with one of my best friends, and she is just like me. Like, she's a very big dreamer, a big manifester, a very spiritual, high vibrational soul. And that's why we really vibe and we really click. And we were just hanging out talking, and she was randomly like, Milana, I am so grateful for my life. Like, I literally love my life so much. Like, I love my jobs. She works 2 jobs. She's like, I love both of them. Both of them are exactly what I wanted and exactly what I was looking for. And she's like, and I love you, like you're my best friend. And like, I love the friendships that I've created and attracted in my life. And like, I love all of my relationships. And she named a couple of different relationships in her life that she's healed recently. And then she actually pulled out her journal, or no, it wasn't her journal, it was her notes app in her phone. And she was like, look at all of these manifestations have come true. Like, this is exactly what my life is like. And I read them all, and we were both just like, oh my gosh, you're right. And she was like, I just love this present moment and this stage in my life so much. Like, I'm literally so happy. And it's like, I could stay in this moment forever. And that just like opened my heart so much. And she taught me so much in that moment, because I tend to be so focused on the future. I'm always like, what do I need to change about myself to manifest something bigger, something better? Like, if you were to talk to me once a month, you would be shocked at the different things going on in my life. Like, my life tends to change really, really fast because I'm constantly working on myself and like manifesting and creating a new vision of my future and achieving things. Like 2 months ago, I was still working on my poetry book. I hadn't even published it yet. Now it's like, I feel like that was years ago, like lifetimes ago that I published it. Like, I have different things I'm focusing on now and different goals. And I was just like, oh my gosh, wow. And I really checked in with like everything in my life right now. I was thinking about my different relationships, where I live, what I do for work, what I do creatively, like how I'm serving the world, my social life, like what I do for fun, my workouts, like everything that makes up my life. And I was like, oh, my health. Let's not forget about my health. I'm so healthy. I was like, wow, everything in my life right now, I manifested. And the life I'm living right now, if myself from 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago could see me now, I'm just like, I'm getting so emotional, like on the verge of tears just thinking about this, because I truly love my life now. But it's not super often that I check in and like look at the whole of my life and I'm like, yes, this is perfect, I love this, because I am always manifesting the next thing. And I just like, I don't know, after that I was like, wow, I'm really going to start focusing on being so grateful to be in this exact moment, to really just be present and to be in love with this present moment. And the interesting thing about time is an illusion, and there's no such thing as past and the future. There's just an infinite now. Every moment that happens in your existence is still happening. So it's like, why not love this present moment so much, because it's going to be happening forever. Like, if we can truly learn how to fall in love with the present moment, to not even desire to be anywhere else but right here, we're gonna have the best life ever. And whenever I do that, I'm so happy. It's like, you're just so happy. There's nothing else that you could wish for. There's nothing else that you need or want outside of you. You're just like, you've created this amazing life for yourself, and you really appreciate that. And the ironic thing about that is that when you are in a state of gratitude and a state of joy, you are supercharging as a magnet for your desires and for your dreams. So it's a counterintuitive process. Like, when we stop focusing with like a death grip on our future and we just relax and surrender and enjoy what we have now, that's when we allow the divine to open up the channel to us and to allow it to flow to us. And the interesting thing about this coming from my best friend is that as humans, we have cells that are called mirror neurons. These are neurons that are basically like a chameleon. Like, you know how chameleons will change their color and their patterns of their skin to reflect and match their environment? Well, humans have these too. So we are always reflecting our environment and the people around us to a certain extent. And of course, you can choose to have power over that and be like, no, I don't accept this, I choose different. However, it's important to know that this is part of your biology, and you can use this to stack in your favor, like by being around super high vibrational souls, because your mirror neurons are going to reflect them within yourself. And it's like, my friend teaching me this lesson on a conscious level, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna do this too. So she's influenced me in that way. But also on a subconscious and biological level, she has influenced the chemicals in my body. She's influenced the biology of my DNA, of my cells, to reflect those ideas and that love for life. So I'm super grateful for her and for that moment. And I really encourage you to relax into the present moment, to do whatever you can to find more peace and more joy in your day-to-day. That is my intention for this whole next week. Like, I still have my manifestations, but I'm not going to be like so tightly focused on them, because I tend to be like razor focused on my manifestations and I think about them like all day throughout the day. Like, I'm really focusing this week on just really enjoying the moment that I have, soaking it all in, realizing that this is the future that my past self created, sending love to my past self for doing all of that work, working so hard on her energy, on her beliefs, on her thoughts, on her feelings, on her relationships, on everything, to create for me this now moment. Like, me as the future self, I get to enjoy the gift that she gave me from all of that hard work. So I'm really just gonna be focused on soaking it all in, on just enjoying the moment and being present. And there's one funny story I wanna tell you guys related to this. So yesterday, earlier in the day, I met up with her at this like shopping center, and I got there a little bit earlier than her, and I was just standing out front of this place. It's called Pressed, and I had never been there before. I assumed it was like a smoothie shop. And so I kind of walked in, I didn't see her, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stand outside and wait. And then I went on my phone for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, whoa, Alana, get off your phone. Let's like tune in to this beautiful world that's all around us. So I just like kind of looked up at the sky, and it was bright blue, and there's these big fluffy clouds, and there's these shimmering palm trees. Like, it was finally sunny. It's been so cloudy here in California lately. So I was like, wow, it's sunny. I can feel the sun on my skin. Like, I was just soaking up the moment, and I was like looking up with my eyes closed, eyes open. I even had sunglasses on, which I would have thought would have helped me, but there was at least 2 different people who kind of like walked up to me, and they like looked at me, like they looked at me, and then they looked up at the sky like where I was looking, and they do like a double take, and I was just like, I'm not breaking this moment. They probably thought I was completely high, which I was, because I was meditating, and meditation gives you a high. Like, there's people who measure the chemicals in the brains of people who meditate, and the brain has natural hallucinogens, whatever the word is. And like, people who meditate, sometimes their brains look like they're on psilocybin, which I don't know what it is. Apparently it's a hallucinogenic. I've never done drugs, don't plan on ever doing drugs. You have access to the most incredible chemicals within your brain and within your body. Like, you don't need anything outside of you. So anyways, that was a little tangent, but that was a moment for me of just like soaking in the present moment and enjoying it, and just being so grateful for the miracle of life, for the miracle of this beautiful day on earth that we have. So I hope you bring that energy with you today, and I'm sending you all of my love.